back in the day the Forza Motorsport series had from the best damage models of the genre. However, nowadays, not only Turn 10 has fallen victim of the licensing limitations, leading to drastically reducing the visual damage of the cars. Now developers face the challenge of recreating cosmetic damage as appealing as possible, as long as they don't surpass the threshold. There's people claiming that Forza Motorsport 2023 has better damage model than GT7. By fact, Forza Motorsport's damage model is greater, but greater does not always mean better. The new Forza's damage model looks like they just applied a random model denting modifier that randomly dents and bends the mesh, with some exceptions in some areas. The scratches look like they just randomly played with the mouse over the mapping of the texture. Don't get me wrong, in Gran Turismo 7 the method was likely similar. You can assume looking at the roof of some cars, except it makes more sense, despite of the damage being lesser. There are scratches that don't make any sense how they got there over the car's paint, such as deeper and hidden areas. Reminds me to a GTA Vice City mission where the player needs to smash a car and you can do it from any angle. It also happens in Gran Turismo 7, but with more frequency in the new Forza Motorsport. Not only the car paint scratches look rather randomly angled, but it also happens down there at the wheels, exhaust even. Whereas in Gran Turismo 7, the scratching develops according to the wheel's rotation and its most prominent and exposed area being mainly affected. In contrast to GT7, Forza Motorsport has window cracking, but this looks weird and cartoony. Despite of both games featuring headlight and taillight cracking, in Forza Motorsport they never break, whereas in Gran Turismo 7 the legs may break in some cars, delivering a more realistic appearance. The lesser but more detailed and realistic damage of Gran Turismo 7 is more grounded and believable to how you will see a car finishing after a race of reckless driving or and minor contacts against other competitors or walls, with the disadvantage of high-speed crashes in Gran Turismo 7 feeling pretty dull because of the lack of damage. Though I think it's clear the Gran Turismo fanbase has a lesser desire to crash than the counterpart. Therein, these minor dents and scratches you can see in the game make more sense as to how the player is supposed to play. In the past, Forza had very cool damage model. When committing a mistake, it was worth holding a bit longer before pausing and resetting the game. Or even better, crash CPUs when boredom comes. A really nice gesture many of us miss. Sadly, has been left in the past. As for the current generation though, I think GT7 has done a better job representing minor car damage in the context of a car making it to the end of the circuit in one piece, and typical circumstance, and respecting the limitations at the same time. Motorsport's damage model looks cooler as long as you don't question it. Maybe better, but not realistic. Depends on your definition of better. But under this game's setting and genre, I think you know the answer.